Oh, what is going on, everybody?
Hello!
It is Pixel Partners here, and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2. When we left off,
things were getting fishy.
Yeah, things are getting real fishy, like it's a freaking salmon swimming up a stream over here, because everything's repeating itself. We got the whole gang back together 18 years later.
Plus Larry.
Plus Larry.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, always finding himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. So now we're trying to play chess against him, which is like just bullying the little kid on the playground when you're like the teenager. It's just the easy pickings over here. Now I need to find out what he was doing here at the art gallery in the first place.
Because he was saying he was like sketching one of the sculptures for his girlfriend.
Yes.
If
it's actually a girlfriend, not just someone else using him.
Someone he just made up. Who knows?
He's got enough pride in himself to not make it up. He's going to make up the fact that they're actually his girlfriend. They exist. He just doesn't. The relationship is made up.
I wonder if anyone's actually like gone out and like just drawn what they think that they all look like. All the girls that he's mentioned.
That'd be interesting. I'll expose his true motives. This shouldn't take long. What did you do at the art gallery? What did you do in this art gallery? What's with that glare? I don't really remember anything. I didn't have a pamphlet, so I just loitered around in the fountain patio.
Loitered. Wait and see.
Huh? What? You gotta talk. I'm going back to my sketching. Wait. I was about to say, I was listening to the sound, so I think that was where I need to go. They usually
My bad.
You're good. They usually give a ding, I noticed last time when things are correct. So, what was that glare? Pamphlet? You've got to get a pamphlet.
Pamphlet?
Don't they give you a pamphlet at the reception booth right after you pay the admission fee?
They sneak in.
Huh? Oh, is that right? So, the admission wasn't free, huh?
Oh my god.
You didn't pay? Don't tell me you sneaked in here without paying. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do anything bad.
He snuck in. That's illegal.
There was no one at the reception booth. That's why I thought you could come in here free. Wait, Miss Hall wasn't there? I was about to say, she was
like in
supposed to be at the reception booth.
Like in the Pokemon games, you go in the museum and they're like, hey, it's free.
Yeah, Miss Hall wasn't at the reception booth? Yeah, it didn't look like there was anyone on the other side of the desk. Come to think of it, I'm sure did say something about that. Miss Hall was busy activating the sprinklers from the security room. Because of the incident, she had to leave the reception booth. Poor Katie. She went to all that trouble to open up the place. And now the art gallery's star attraction, the Winter Palace, is completely ruined. You're certainly well informed about the Winter Palace for someone without a pamphlet. The Winter Palace is where your goal, the Gemini Sculpture, is located. You had your sights set on the Winter Palace from the beginning, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
What? How'd you find me out again? That's right, my goal was to see the Gemini Sculpture. From the very beginning, your Winter Palace was the very reason why I came here. You confess quite easily. You can never tell anything with this man.
I just realized something.
Yes?
His logic chess, the chess pieces are very similar to the Psyche locks that Phoenix has to break.
Yeah, in a way, yes. It's similar with a different way of going about things. Instead of it being about evidence to break the locks, it's essentially using logic and interaction to break the locks instead. So, next I'll ask for further information regarding the Winter Palace. He may still have some fight left in him. I'll watch his reactions and extract the information I need. Did
you enter the Winter Palace? What did you see in the Winter Palace?
Sorry. Larry, did you also enter the Winter Palace? What's with that look of distrust? Sure, I tried going in, but... just wait. Huh?
No,
what?
you were...
Yeah, I need to just listen to that noise from now on. I'm going back to my sketch and wait. Okay, do pass it there. Alright, I just need
He wasn't upset. He was crying. He wasn't screaming.
Yeah. Alright, did you enter the Winter Palace? And then, yeah. And then you couldn't get in?
Yeah.
You tried to go in, but you weren't actually able to, right? Yeah, that's about right. I wanted to go in, but then that old geezer collapsed. I was a little freaked out. Maybe I shouldn't have waited in the scene, but I'm gonna. I just need to. Okay, so officially, if I hear the, oh, this is gonna hurt. But did you enter the Winter Palace? If I hear the beep, I just need to go for it.
You're gonna run out of time. Just on Larry of all people.
All right, it was because of the victim. So you couldn't get in because the victim of the poison gas collapsed. Yeah, he fell right out of the Winter Palace. I'm sure the victim emerged from the Autumn Palace. If it weren't for that poison gas incident, I'd be in there sketching the Gemini sculpture right now. Larry must have mistaken the Autumn Palace for the Winter Palace. That aside, it seems his goal was to sketch the sculpture. It should be a useful clue. So I'll go to, what did you see in the Winter Palace? Larry, did you see anything in the Winter Palace? You still hung up on that? Didn't I just say that I didn't see anything? I started to think that it wasn't such a good idea to come to the art gallery. I ain't leave soon to meet with my girlfriend. Perhaps I should try using that clue. What about your sketch? You came here to sketch the sculpture for your girlfriend, did you not? I don't think you would give up that easily. Even after the victim collapsed, you could still see inside the room from the outside, right? I may have gotten a tiny glimpse, but there's no evidence that I saw something scary in there, right? You saw something scary?
There we go.
My. I'm disappointed it turned out to be this simple. Larry, you saw something scary at the crime scene, didn't you? Gee, can you read my mind? In that case, there's no point in keeping many more secrets from you. I can't read my mind. I can just read simpletons. You just told me everything of your own accord.
You just said I can't read my mind. I can just read simpletons.
Dang it. That was a complete waste of time, but finally, it's checkmate. Checkmate. Kapatapow.
Kapatapa.
Kapatapa. Logic just complete. There we go. Ooh-wee. Hey, my eyes fixed on the Gemini sculpture. You've mentioned the Gemini sculpture many times now, but I don't believe the sculpture you saw was the Gemini one. But what? Was it a mirage then? Larry mistakenly thought he saw the Winter Palace. This piece of shows what Larry really saw.
But did he though?
It should be the... Well, the rooms have to be moving at this point. They keep going on this whole thing of like, oh, it was the Winter Palace, it was the Autumn Palace.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be the pamphlet to be like, look at these doors and tell me which door you looked at. Take a look at this pamphlet. In the Autumn Palace, the Pisces, Capricorn, Aries, and Aquarius sculptures are on display. Incidentally, I can confirm that Gemini sculpture is located in the Winter Palace. Therefore, the sculpture you saw could not have been the Gemini one. I knew it.
That face.
Huh? Expecting him to be a bit more shocked at the news. I thought it was kind of strange. I know I saw a single goddess. And that transformation was no mirage.
What?
Transformation, you say? Oh, you're curious too, Edgy? Well, nothing for it, I guess I'll have to show you. But show me? What exactly? I drew a picture of the very scene I saw back then. But I really can't believe what I drew.
Picture? What picture?
This one, right here.
He drew that?
What the hell? What? What is this disturbing picture? Is that sculpture weeping tears of blood?
Maurice, this picture's scary.
Like, for real? Okay, it scared me too. This Gemini sculpture suddenly transformed into a goddess right before my eyes. I couldn't help but scream. So the victim collapsing wasn't what surprised him. What do you mean when you say transformed? I don't really understand it myself. The lower half of his body just turned into a fish. What? Fish goddess. That would be the Pisces sculpture, wouldn't it? In mythology, Pisces represents the fish that the goddess and her son transform into.
Really? So Pisces isn't just a couple of ordinary fish?
No.
Like, no, don't you watch Fairy Tale?
You don't think that sculpture is cursed, do you? Oh, yeah. Those days of blood turned the Gemini sculpture into a fish. Preposterous. You simply mistook the Pisces sculpture for the Gemini one. Huh.
Oh, you put this sketch in your organizer?
Even a sketch like this can be used as scrap paper, after all. How could you? But it's strange. Why did only the lower half of the sculpture transform? Uncle Ray's a bit curious about what went on in that Autumn Palace. Indeed. I wonder if someone tampered with the Pisces sculpture.
And he's sketching more stuff again.
Yes, Edgeworth here. Mr. Edgeworth, we finished searching the room. The poison gas isn't a threat anymore, so you can enter the crime scene. Right. Good work, detective.
It's almost like he's a detective.
Seems we can enter the Autumn Palace now. Nice time, Mr. Detective.
Let's go right now. I want to see the Pisces sculpture.
If Kay's going, I'm going too.
Stalker.
I was planning on bringing him along anyway. Right, then let's proceed to the Autumn Palace.
That walk.
What a jaunty little jig.
A jig is a dance.
So this is the Autumn Palace.
A jaunty little saunter.
It certainly does resemble the Winter Palace. I've been waiting, sir. Aren't you that hairy butts guy?
Harry Potter.
I'm little Reese doing them. Never mind that, detective. Your report, if you please. Roger that, sir. We discovered a used gas burner during our investigation. The nozzle was still warm when we found it, so it may be related to the incident. Huh. It was used to heat something? Interesting. Was that ladder always there on the ground? That's probably used by the person who set off the poison gas. The poison gas was released when someone lifted the lid off that glass case, sir. Huh? The Pisces sculpture. Seems like you know about it, sir. Well then, do you know what the sculpture next to it is? Since we're in the Autumn Palace, it would probably be the Capricorn sculpture. As expected, Mr. Edgeworth, I thought it was the Taurus myself. I was thrown off as it was covered by this weird cloth. The fluorescent cloth? What I was doing here? Evidence from the IS-7 incident.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is weird.
No matter what it is or how it got here. Yes. The sculptures in this room are all covered with this fluorescent cloth.
That's me. I was looking at the sculptures. Because they're hidden, it makes me want to see them even more.
Let's take a look. I just get this cloth off. And it is a Taurus. Or they're probably looking at the other
If it's
side
Capricorn,
ones.
it should have a fishtail.
Wow, they're beautiful.
Yep, it has the fishtail.
He's like,
And there's
oh my God.
there's Aries, yeah.
You don't think the transformation Larry saw was in fact the moment the cloth wrapped around the lower half of the Pisces fell? See, AG? That wasn't a mirage or a mistake at all. Hey, Miles. There sure is something strange about this room. It looks exactly the same as the Winter Palace we were in just a moment ago. Yes, I agree. Perhaps the sculptures were hidden to make it look like the Winter Palace. If you wrap the cloth around the lower half of the Pisces sculpture, it looks like Gemini. Capricorn's a half fish too. At the lower half, and it resembles Taurus. The remaining two, which couldn't be altered with trickery, are covered up. The Autumn Palace was made to look like the Winter Palace. So it seems, Mr. Shields, looks like we'll need to conduct
You
an
thought there was going to
investigation
be
of
more.
yeah, of the Autumn
Seems,
Palace too.
Mr. Shields.
It's like, damn it. Oh dear.
What? Ah! Yay! To one of you.
Mr.
Not to the pink one. Yay to the red one.
Mr. DeBest and Judge Courtney.
Yes! Oh, there's his theme. Oh boy.
You guys again? This is a problem. You see, this is my crime scene.
Overruled. There we go. Mr. Edgeworth, it seems my power is insufficient. If you're here, then it would appear that you still haven't understood my warnings.
No.
Furthermore, you know full well your reckless actions will cause trouble for that detective. In the name of the goddess of law, I must pass judgment.
You got it all wrong. Pal. I was the one who asked Mr. Edgeworth to investigate. Really? Well then, Flatfoot, I'll have you do that. That?
That?
Yeah, that. Right, cut your salary. Looking forward to your next payday? I've always wanted to say that. You're the last person I want cut my salary, pal.
God.
Hold it the best. I am only cooperating with the police as a witness to this incident. Detective Gumshoe is not to blame. So that's how it is. Well then, should I be raising his salary? No, that's not what I meant. But it would be really nice to get my salary raised.
Your mercy is deeply moving, Sebastian, but past transgressions must lead to future judgment. Prosecutor Edgeworth and all in his company depart at once from this holy site.
But that's... We only just got here.
The one given the goddess of law's blessing for this incident was Sebastian.
In other words, Mr. DeBest is the prosecutor in charge of this case. That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. Your performance is over. Besides, I've already got my eyes set on the culprit.
Oh boy.
What? Who, pal? Well, naturally, that artist.
Of course.
Me? Hey, what's going on, Edgy? Don't ask me. I can't understand his reasoning. If you can't understand how the best prosecutor thinks, it simply shows how incapable you are.
Oh my god.
It seems he doesn't even know what... Oh, yeah, I was like, did he say inculpable for
He
a second?
did say inculpable.
Yeah. He doesn't even know what inculpable even means.
That's right, Sebastian. Prosecutor Edgeworth is quite incapable.
Yes, he's incapable.
She just nonchalantly corrected him.
Don't underestimate my intelligence gathering skills. I just came from the infirmary and asked the doctor there about the cause of the poison gas. And what was the cause? Some normal substance. What was its name again? Hold on a second. I'll call the doctor to make sure. Beep, 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 beep. Hello? Hey, yeah, can you tell me what the...
Sebastian is on the phone, not answer for him.
What was that thing again? It was poison? The hell is that?
In that case, why didn't you tell us before he called?
The poison gas was caused by the mixing of two different types of chemicals. The names are normalium and fatalium.
Normal fatality. Okay.
So, what are those chemicals exactly?
Normalium is a red liquid that is commonly used in everyday products. It can be found in paint and detergent, among other things, but is not toxic by itself.
So you're saying that it's a substance readily available to anyone?
Yes, but fatalium, on the other hand, is not easy to obtain.
Its name sure sounds dangerous. What's it used for?
It is the active ingredient of a white pesticide known as Megatoxin X.
Megatoxin X!
Damn. Fatalium itself also has a deep white color, but it's not readily sold in stores.
These chemical names are killing me, man. Normalium, fatalium. What was that? What was the fucking Death Blaster
Mega
X?
something.
My God. All right, nearly impossible to obtain, wasn't it?
Right now we're looking into how this chemical was obtained.
Oh, man. Okay, I finally found out the names of those chemicals. Judge Courtney has already told us. We don't need to hear it again. Fine then, I'll cut to the chase.
Poor guy.
You know that normalium from the poison gas is also used in paint, right? Today, out of everyone who visited the art gallery, the only one carrying paint was that artist.
Oof.
You'll treat me as the culprit just because of that. I object to the red paint on the palette you're carrying. Hey, Edgy, you don't think this prosecutor's kind of an idiot?
Oh, damn!
Indeed.
For Larry to call you that, you're advanced.
Whew, that's advanced stupidity.
Wow.
Indeed, although I've only known him for a short time, his logic is always absurd. Hey, don't ignore me. I can hear you from right here, you know.
It's all right, Sebastian. They're only doing it because they're afraid of you.
That's funny.
Like the first star to appear at night, show us reasoning that shines the best.
The first star shines best? Not bad. Hey, you guys better listen up too.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
Oh, you
I
love this
missed
boy.
this boy, yes!
That Ours was the first to discover the victim, so naturally he's the best suspect.
Oh my god.
The poison gas was caused by normalium, a chemical found in paint, right? As he was carrying paint near the victim, he would have had the best chance. The paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit.
Oh, you adorable dumpster fire of a human being.
What do you think, Justine?
We cannot ignore the possibility. Well then, Mr. Artist, please tell us the truth. Did you leave red paint at the crime scene? Or else, did you cause the poison gas to go off?
The only thing I left behind is my bond of love with you.
Oh my god! Please watch what you say. My gavel is already prepared to declare you guilty.
Please pay no heed to this man's statements. Hey, you guys. Ignoring my reasoning just because it's flawless won't do you any good. Mr. Edgeworth, if you've already admitted defeat, you should take your leave. Even though I don't really have time to deal with your ridiculous reasoning. Let's go.
Yes, Mr. DeBest's shining logic.
Alright, so let me just go over everything that I have here. I want to make sure I did the right thing. So we got the poison gas that was created by the white fatalium mixed with the red normalium, which caused a chemical reaction.
As soon as I finish my commission tomorrow, I am drawing this man.
I should have expected that at some point.
I am drawing him.
Alright, the fluorescent cloth, the used gas burner, the Pisces sketch, the Winter Palace photo. Okay, that's not too much going on there. The art gallery pamphlet. So I'd imagine that probably one of the big things would probably be the Pisces sketch right now, I would imagine.
I just love that smug look on his face. I love it so much.
Yeah. It is
I like
the best.
I really like that too. I like that pose.
That is a good one. Just Alright, let me see what Edgeworth has to say when it comes to give me the loop around here. Seems he doesn't pay much attention to what other people are saying. There's a clear contradiction in Mr. DeBest's logic.
Why do you even bother making the phone call?
I'll finish this quickly. This is a waste of time. I was first.
It's like, no, don't finish it quickly. I want to hear him talk more. Press everything.
I don't want to press everything. I want to get more of the getting. Fine.
Well, you don't see him very much.
I'm sure we'll see him more, but indeed, at first glance, this man seems suspicious. However,
besides, the translators did hard work on all those lines.
at first glance, what's with that first all of a sudden? Are you trying to steal my spot as a star that shines best? Huh? Would that make me the best artist? Larry,
Oh god.
don't make this any more confusing than it already is. Mr. DeBest, continue your reasoning now. Alright, then we have the poison gas was caused by the normalium.
Found in the paint.
Yes, apparently normalium is used in many everyday products. Right, so the red paint is definitely suspicious.
But it's also used in things other than paint, right?
I guess you have a point. What do you think, Justine?
That's right. Normalium is also used in detergent, for example.
In other words, it might not have been paint that caused the gas. That's not true. Let me finish my reasoning.
He's really wanting this to work.
As he was carrying paint in the victim, the best chance. Even if paint is the cause of the poison gas, that does not mean he is guilty. Well then, if the paint is not the cause, then doesn't that mean he's innocent? He's not. That doesn't mean he's innocent either.
Wow, he couldn't even talk. Now he's just trying to sound clever. Mimicking what Mr. Edgeworth says won't make you look cool at all.
Okay, please don't make my statements look bad. Now then, it's about time to wrap up my shining logic.
Oh my god. Yes.
That paint, along with being the first witness, that pretty much proves he's the culprit. Do you truly claim that Larry is the culprit based on just that? Huh? You got a problem with that? If you have a problem, then present evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, it looks like he really wants you to do that.
Indeed, then I will do as he wishes and present
Like
evidence.
he really wants
It
you
seems
to
doesn't
do
pay
that.
attention to what other people are saying. Yeah. Okay, even though I'm actually not sure what it is. Because the normalium is, the red, and it causes the chemical reaction.
Huh.
I guess maybe it's the I'm gonna.
Dude, the normalium must have been what was pouring out of the sculpture that Larry saw.
Yeah. Now I will assume that this is gonna be it because it's not just normalium; it's normalium mixed with the white one, with the fatalium that makes the gas.
Yeah.
So I assume that's what it's gonna be. Yep. As he's conducting his own demise over there. Mr. DeBess, your logic is more akin to a shooting star than a shining star. It shines the best like a shooting star, right?
Shooting star.
It may shine brightly for a brief moment, but then it burns itself out.
Yeah.
The poison gas originated from inside the glass case of the Pisces sculpture. Exactly! So that's where the artist shut off the gas, right? He used normalium in his red paint. As your senior, let me give you one piece of advice. Listen to the explanations of others. The poison gas was caused by mixing both normalium and fatalium together. The normalium contained in the red paint is not enough by itself. Really?
Oh my god, dude.
But I thought I heard that normalium caused the fatality. Don't tell me you just misheard the forensics report. Darn it!
Oh.
By the time Larry discovered the victim, the room was already filled with poison gas.
He's trying his best.
It is time for you to realize how incapable you really are.
He's trying so hard, though.
Hey, what do you mean by incapable?
Poor kid.
You tried to use that word earlier and you still don't know what it means.
He means to say you're lacking in ability.
Incidentally, inculpable has a completely different meaning. I get it. You're making fun of me again, aren't you? I'm merely saying that you were incapable in your investigation.
Before you insult Sebastian, I still have some doubts about your own statement.
What kind of doubts?
For all we know, Mr. Artist could have simply entered the Autumn Palace at an earlier time.
That's...
Moreover, do you have evidence that the red paint is unrelated to the case?
The most important thing now is not the red paint. The red normalium and the white fatalium. Exactly how are these two substances mixed? I believe that is our main concern.
Naturally. It was Sebastian's job to investigate that. Were it not for your interference, we would have found that out by now.
I never intended to interfere. On the contrary, I'd like to cooperate. Don't tell me you're going to say you know the cause of the poison gas. How the poison gas started, I have something that may shed some light on this matter.
Sebastian, do not fall for his bluff.
Come now, it's fine, really. Let's hear what he's come up with.
These two. If you say so, Sebastian.
Come on, show us. How did the poison gas start? Alright, so...
Are we gonna show them the sketch?
I think so. The only thing I can think of would be the used gas burner of like what set it off, because I would probably say that my assumption is that they were the red and the white, the fatalium and the normalium. Also, what's with but I didn't even notice the pink blotch on the ground there. I didn't even notice that earlier.
That's them mixed.
Probably. But I would assume that it's probably inside the sculpture is the normalium, which is melting through as red, and the fatalium melting through maybe as white somewhere in there. And they use the blowtorch to start melting the statue so it could start mixing the substances hidden in
So
there.
I think that's what that pink leaking out is it mixed together?
Possibly, because as an artist would know, red and white makes pink. All right, I'm going to go with the Pisces sketch for now. I don't know. If it's not this, it's going to be the blowtorch.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's this.
Aha!
Blowtorch is later. Surely you're not saying that this was the cause of poison gas? Seems even you've noticed it. Duh, it really stands out. Those red tears that Larry saw were undoubtedly normalium. Huh? Wait a second. If those were chemicals, does that mean a ghost set off the poison gas? I don't have time to play along with him. The red tears of normalium could not have triggered the poison gas by itself. The red liquid was mixed inside the case to create the poison gas. What? Just where do you see the evidence that the chemicals are mixed? That can also be seen in this sketch.
It's fascinating to me how you keep saying poison gas instead of poison gas. You're putting emphasis on poison, which is very interesting to me. Anyway.
I'm sorry. Anyways, as we were saying, you can see that the two chemicals are mixed in the pink.
Like compared to normal gas?
Bah.
poison gas.
A pink liquid can be seen flowing from under the case of the Pisces Sculpture. This is proof that the two chemicals were mixed.
Yep.
Hold on a second. I still don't get it.
Oh my god, dude.
How does this show that normalium and fatalium were mixed?
Dude, colors.
Since we have a self-proclaimed artist here, I'll let him explain. Larry, you fancy yourself an artist, so you shouldn't know about mixing paint, right? What do you add to red to make pink? Don't take me for a fool, Edgy. I'll have you know I graduated from middle school.
God.
You add white to red to make pink. It's common knowledge. Well, technically there's rose pink, baby pink, and several others, but
Wow, he's actually right.
that's enough.
He's actually right.
He actually likes art. Now, don't you understand, Mr. DeBest?
He's not bad.
No. In fact, he's actually really talented. To be fair, like this, if he actually
That's a huge
painted
improvement.
this, that is fucking hell, man.
That's like a huge improvement compared
Yeah.
to the bridge.
Yes.
Granted, that's when he was getting started.
Yeah, and the bridge still wasn't bad.
No.
That's how it is. By mixing red normalium with white fatalium, you get a pink liquid.
Pepto-Bismol.
Yes, exactly. Took him long enough.
That's what was on the floor in Amnesia.
I see.
It looks like Mr. DeBest finally gets it.
No, he
Oh,
doesn't. No. Prosecutor Edgeworth, you have merely presented one possibility. Do we really know if the color was the result of the two chemicals mixed together? Furthermore, this sketch was drawn by the suspect. Cannot put much faith into it.
I just painted what I saw. How can it be a lie?
Mr. Artist, I did not permit you to speak.
So cold. But that's part of a charm.
Don't you have a girlfriend?
I like being stepped on.
Oh my god.
Well, there we're gonna find out if you're gonna continue to enjoy her charm, her charm next time.
He liked Dahlia.
Yeah, did he meet Dahlia? He liked Dahlia. Yeah, he loved Dahlia actually.
Did it?
Remember? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he had a thing for Dahlia. He wanted to get. Boy, he would have had fun with her. She would have had fun with him actually. Just
Straight up torture.
literally step on him. Just.
Spiked heels.
Ow.
You know she would.
Yeah, and I like it.
Oh god.